Hi Atlantic High School, thanks for joining us. I'm Tori Krogh.
And I'm Bailey Shelberg, and you're watching this week's Eye of the Needle. On Monday, girls soccer practice kicked off. We met up with some of the players from the team to see how things were going in the first couple of days of practice.
I think that the soccer team is going to be a solid team this year. We have a lot of good players. It's just that we need some more girls out, I guess. We don't have the numbers that we should, but it's going to be a fun year just being a team. So.
Okay, we have a pretty good team, I'm pretty sure. And if we work hard enough and work at it, then we'll be able to win some more games rather than last year.
The FFA banquet was held last night in the Commons. We met up with Mr. Miller.
The FFA banquet is a time for us to honor the FFA members and all their achievements that they've done this year. We also honor some community members, and we can kind of give out a few awards that we have every year.
Hi Atlantic High School, this is Ashley Friend reporting for this week's Trojan Buzz. Last week, the sophomore English classes had the opportunity to participate in mock interviews. Business professionals from the Atlantic community came in and spent 10 to 15 minutes with each individual, asking them common interview questions. The interviewers were given the sophomores' resume and cover letter before the interview started to look over and comment on. Students were supposed to treat this interview as if they are trying to be hired at an entry-level position and were to sell themselves to the business professionals. Sophomore Nate Moen interviewed with Pat McCurdy. I caught up with Nate after the interview and had the chance, and he commented on his experience. How did your interview go?
My interview went awesome. He loved me, and he thinks that I should move back to Atlantic after college. He said that he thinks I'm a very awesome person, and that I am very independent and intelligent.
What kind of questions did he ask you?
He asked me what I want to do after high school, what I want to do after college, what my long-term goals are, what my expectations are for school, and what kind of sports I'm in.
What was one of the questions they asked you during your mock interview for English?
What are some good traits I have? Then do I answer?
Yeah.
I'm responsible. I take pride in my work. I'm a good leader.
How do you think your interview went?
It went well, yes.
What was one of the questions they asked you?
They asked you to tell them about yourself.
What was one of the questions they asked you in the interview?
Do you think you got the job?
And how do you think the whole interview went?
Pretty good.
English teacher Marcus Upchurch said the interviews went well and the community members had great feedback for the kids. This is Ashley Friend for Trojan Buzz. Back to you, Tori.
Thanks, Ashley. Cheerleading tryouts were held last night in the gym and will also take place tomorrow and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. The IHSMA Solo Small Group Contest will be held on Saturday. Girls soccer will have a scrimmage at Bonnarant Farrar on Saturday. The Spanish trip students are having their canned food fundraiser this week for their trip to Costa Rica. This is a competition between each grade from kindergarten through 12th to see who can raise the most items. That concludes this week's episode of Eye of the Needle. I'm Tori.
And I'm Bailey. Make this week count, AHS.